Welcome to Bench Time Builds. I'm Walt. I want to share something I realized last night. I was mixing up some paint for this motor for my Desert build, and I noticed something at the time that helped me out a lot in regards to painting, which is something I really struggle with, and I wanted to share it with the community. So, that being said, when it comes to detailing, if you're detailing an interior tub, um, radio knobs, window cranks, uh, detailing on calipers, as I did, detailing on transmission, on the engine, little small parts where you want to get just enough paint to make it pop. That's one of my favorite things. Even though some cases no one will ever see it, but I see it and it just pops and it makes everything more enjoyable to build. So we've all used the toothpick. It's great. I love it. It has its purpose on the bench, but in some cases I find there's a learning curve getting the right amount of paint so you're not oversaturating the area and you're hitting just where you want. I run into situations where sometimes I don't get enough paint, it dries out too fast, I'm constantly redipping. So it has its purpose. It's served the hobby well, but I've struggled with it. So then from there, I went to nail art brushes, finer tip, still have that learning curve where getting the right amount of paint and trying not to oversaturate the area. Great tool. It'll always be on the bench. But then last night I was able to achieve this. Let's look at the calipers first. Try not to touch the camera. The fasteners on the caliper. I was able to just perfectly get the bolt heads without, sorry about hitting the camera, without really oversaturating onto the caliper. And then in addition, last night, I was able to do this. Let me zoom in. Again, this is probably something no one ever see, but I was able to get detail on the fasteners, on the transmission linkages, where I got just enough paint on the fasteners, on those linkages, and it just popped for me. I was able to get some detail even on the bolts that are represented for attaching the bell housing to the block, and it was like awesome for me. It was like perfect, and even though there's still that learning curve of getting the right amount of paint, it was a lot more easier for me. So let me show you what I found. Oh, let's go the other way. Still learning here. So then, we all use them. The micro Q-tip. There's several ways to use it. I use it to clean out the tip on my airbrush in cases once it's done, but I accumulate them. I collect them after I'm done. I use them to mix paint, and there's always a purpose for a little bit of extra plastic. So I noticed on the tip of these, let's see if I can get this one off. If you look at the tip, there's a little nib, enough to accumulate a small amount of paint. So I was like, okay. So me, naturally being the guy that I am, I attached it to a X-Acto blade handle and turned it into this, where now I was able to dip, accumulate just enough paint to where I'm not oversaturating the area. It's still a learning curve. You still have to practice and do, but from my time using everything else, I was able to apply just enough paint onto those fasteners of the caliper, onto the fasteners of the transmission and the linkages to where I made it pop. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I thought this would be something that a new scale model builder or an experienced builder may use, that possibly, there's so many of us in the community, there's probably someone else that's already doing it, but I haven't noticed anyone talk about it. It might be beneficial to the bench. I know this is going to stay on my bench for the remainder of me building. So yeah, using a micro Q-tip after removing the bristles from the tip, you can use it to apply paint for detailing. So if you enjoy the post, if you find some benefit in it, please like, comment, subscribe. I thank you all. I thank you all for encouraging me, following me, listening to me rant. At the end of the day, enjoy the bench.